Hey guys, welcome back to the Collect the Magic channel and another episode of the Boardroom, the final episode for this game.
Yes, unfortunately.
In the last episode, we finished the game.
Yes.
And I came out victorious. We played 1313 Dead End Drive. I've played this game many times in the past. Maybe that's why I won, because I did have an advantage.
This is my first game actually playing this game.
First time, yeah.
It's really interesting. I like how the concept works around, and even like you said earlier in the episodes, that like you can work together, but you want to win, so you gotta push it harder.
It's technically not a cooperative game, but there are parts of the game where you do have to be cooperative. For instance, let's say, there's a person on here that's not in my hand, like Dusty. Dusty was not in my hand for the entire game. However, she had, $6 million? My idea, I was looking on here, and her money was gonna go down to Sassy, who was in my hand. So he didn't know that I had Sassy. He didn't know that I didn't have Dusty. All he knew was that he didn't have Dusty.
Yes.
So if I tried to knock her off and he tried to knock her off, that's a cooperative part of the game, even though there's that mystery aspect of where's that card. We didn't know. All he knew was that he didn't know who I didn't have, and all I knew was I didn't have Dusty. I didn't know if he had it or not. So I knocked off Dusty for two reasons. One, because if he had Dusty, that's $6 million he can't get. And two, because if she died, her money would have gone to Sassy, which is what happened. And I had her, so I could get her out of the mansion, which did end up happening. So it is a little bit of a cooperative game. It's also very strategic.
Yes, it's definitely very strategic. It's like, you don't know who has the hand. It's like, like I was using that strategy to just get Sassy out of the way, because obviously now I'm kind of at the point that he has Sassy. So I'm gonna just use as many run for it.
As soon as I started, I had to really decide, do I want to let him know? Because before I moved her, you had no idea.
No,
you had no idea. There's that thought process of, does he have the big money in his hand? But in reality, I didn't have any money in my hand, because you don't have the money until they're out of the mansion. So I really had to decide, am I going to move her, disclose, because I had like a 10 or a 12 or something.
Yes.
I played a run for a card or something. I had a really large roll. I think it was like 11 or something.
Yes.
And I really had to think, because if I moved her towards the house 12 spaces, that's going to disclose that I have her. And if I didn't, she was in the pathway to, I think she was over here.
Yeah, she was in.
And it's right to the path of the armor, which I think you had a card for at the time, if I'm not mistaken.
I had, actually, right now, I currently have the same card that I had. It's either the safe or stairs. So
okay, either way, she was kind of in
the middle.
So I wanted to get her out of there, and eventually I did decide to move her, because I didn't care at that point, because I felt like I was close enough where even if you had a couple run for it cards, which you did, it wouldn't matter at that point, and I still got her out of the mansion, and ended up winning the game. As far as let's go over our strategies. Well, what was your main strategy? Because now the game's over. What was your main strategy in the game?
My main strategy, actually, I looked at the will, and how I did it was, if I can get those people to die, the people that I don't have, or even target just one player, I could get that huge jackpot like Sassy has. So that's what I was doing with Pierre, like keeping him alive, and I saw how the money was going to the right, and somehow I could try to sneak with that to land Pierre, and that's why he was right here, and I was like trying to slowly get him to the door.
And that's also throwing me off, because if you want to get your people out of the mansion and you are actually moving the people away from the door, that's going to say to me, clearly they don't have that card. But I don't have that card. But we did have one air card left, and it was Clay, but Clay was dead. All the air cards that were here, we ended up killing off before we pulled them. So there's that aspect.
And that's another reason why I saved the run for it cards. I had 3 of them. So if somehow Pierre would have had all that money, I would keep on using those run for it with Pierre, and I would have got out of the house with Pierre with all that big chains, and I would have.
So what do you think about the traps that were included in the game? You've got 5 traps. You've got the stairs, the fireplace, the boar's head, the safe, and the suit of armor. What do you think about the...
I think it's very creative that they added that to the game, because it just adds more intense and adds more pressure to the game.
Yeah, and I'm going to disagree with you on one, or 2 of them. One, the fireplace, that's pretty good.
Yes.
Because you're in a great room, there's going to be a fireplace. The safe, I think, is creative, but they could have been a little more creative. In the original 13 Dead End Drive, the Boar's room, this was actually the dining room instead of the trophy room, and the Boar's head was a chandelier. So it hung out from the side, it just put a more three-dimensional. I wish they would have done that.
Yeah.
The Boar's head is still cool because as you knock them off, it's really cool, but I think the chandelier would have been a little bit better.
Yeah, I would like the
Suit of Armor's cool. Stairs, I think they should have done something else.
Yeah.
The stairs is too common, and the fireplace, you're gonna get burned alive. This, yeah, you're gonna die. That, you're gonna die. This, you're gonna die. Staircase, you fall down a flight of stairs.
You
like
could break
that,
your ankles.
You could break your ankle. You're not gonna die. I think it's not as creative. So
Yeah.
for the traps, 4 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Because I'm gonna say the Boar's head and the stairs could be replaced.
I definitely would agree with the stairs because you could break your ankle falling down. There's people that survive falling down stairs.
I've fallen downstairs before.
Yep.
Clearly, I'm still alive.
Yep.
Or am I?
All right.
Okay. What do you think about the secret passages in the game?
Secret passages, I think, were definitely.
You didn't use them as much as I did.
No.
I used one almost every other turn.
That was very creative that they added that because it adds more strategy to your plan. Move them to anywhere you want in the secret passages. So.
All right. So let's talk biggest downside to the game. The most negative thing you found in this game. What was the negative thing? I'll tell you mine. Setup time. Setup time.
I would
It took
say
us 15 to 20 minutes just to set
I
it
would
up.
say definitely the setup time, and then the second part would be like the startup time. I know it's slow. Like our first episode, it started off really slow, but once you get out of that first room, it gets really fun.
Yeah, the first few turns, everybody's at the
It's like,
table.
yeah.
You just it doesn't really go. Once it kicks in, though,
Yeah.
it gets going. But I would definitely say the
Slow
biggest
start.
downside is
The setup.
the setup. A slow start, at least it's going somewhere.
This is really the only like first board game that I really witnessed that you need a screwdriver actually to set it up.
The
So it's
black pieces, the black little pawn pieces. I don't know why they did this. And if you find this as well in your games, let us know. These little, here, I'll pull this one out here. There's these little clips in the bottom of the board. They're actually like, I had to stick a flathead screwdriver in there pried
That's
open
nice.
to put these things in
That's
there.
what I said.
And some of them I couldn't even get in. I just rested so they don't move.
But it's like
It's just a pain in the butt to put together.
Yeah.
But
it's worth it.
it's fun. It's a very fun game. It takes forever to set up. It took us 20 minutes to set this game up, but
It's definitely
so
worth
much fun.
It's worth
so
it.
much fun. So out of let's do a rating 1 to 10.
I would say 8.5.
8.5. Okay, I'm gonna go with I would agree. I'm gonna go with an 8. I'm gonna say a solid 8 for the reasons: 1 point off for the setup time.
Yes.
1 point off for the slow start, and 1 point off for the creativity
Yes,
of the traps.
great. Yeah, I
so
would
that's a
agree.
total of 3. So I'm gonna give it. Well, that'd be 7.
That'd be
We'll go 7.5.
7.5.
I can't. This is why we didn't do a math-related game because I can't do math.
Yes.
I know what you were all thinking, man.
This is why we're going for a marketing degree. We are going for marketing.
Marketing,
if you want to know.
business.
Yep.
We can't do.
We don't do math.
We don't do math. I'm in economics. I can barely do that. Right? But yeah, overall, I'd say a 7.5. You get an 8.5.
8.5.
It's a fun game. I definitely recommend it. I'd recommend it for. It's probably a good party game.
I would honestly think, I even suggested to him during the episodes that off time we had, it would be a great 2-on-2, 2 versus 2 if you're fun.
Yeah.
It would be kind of interesting how you can.
I played this with 4 players before.
Yes.
I believe it's 2 to 4 players,
Yes.
and I played it with 4, and it's okay.
I think
it
it's
runs
more of a
little slower.
game that's with a 2-person.
Yeah, it's more of a one-on-one. I would definitely prefer one-on-one.
Yeah.
If you want to add a 3rd person, you could. I wouldn't go above 3 players.
I would agree
because
with
it runs too slow. I played it with 4, and it runs really, really
I
slow.
would say 3 at max if you're going to
Yeah,
consider playing.
it's going to take you more time to, at least when you're doing one-on-one, it kicks in a little quicker because you're moving.
Yes.
And when you're with more people, you're not necessarily going to have air cards here, and then you have to take it from somebody else's hand. So you're going to know what everybody has. So it's really not that great of a game for 4 players. 2 players preferable,
Perfect.
3 players yes, 4 players no. All right, I think that's a pretty good review of this game. So if you guys liked what you saw, make sure you hit that like button. It lets us know you want to see more videos.
Yep.
Give that thumbs up rating, all that great stuff. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you know when more episodes of The Boardroom will air.
And then another thing, share it on your even Facebook. Have spread the word of the boardroom because we appreciate every one of you guys spreading that word. That means a lot to us.
Yep.
And then it's just gonna pass from you to your friends, and the friends are gonna pass it to other friends.
Yeah, like I said,
spread the word.
We're marketing majors. We can talk promotions and spread the word of mouth advertising all day.
So,
but so if make sure you hit that subscribe button. We want to get more subscribers. If you want to suggest a game for us to play, comment down below or send us a personal message. We'll be more than happy.
Make it possible though.
Yeah, to make it realistic, please. But yeah, that's going to do it for this game. We'll let you guys know what the next game is in the next episode of The Boardroom. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.